Have a concept that there's no separation of what is called church and state. Right. And in dealing with a Islamic nation like Iran, America will always have difficulty when she tries to separate morality from government, unless all activities, and not just with America, I'm certain that Iran is going to respond to all countries in a similar way. Every embassy now dealing with a country like Iran, any real Islamic country, is going to have to deal righteously and morally, and then in turn, you know, the Islamic country has to do the same in like turn. We have a very unique situation in America. We kind of make cultures adopt to our way of life rather than we making an effort to try and understand their way of life. And the clergymen that are here are an outgrowth of a new movement in America to try and begin to understand some of the concerns and conditions of people outside of our country. Because we've been very, as Dr. Bates pointed out earlier today, we've been very domesticated in terms of our awareness of what goes on.
And Dr. Bates, you, sir.
You want me to respond to the same question? Well, essentially, some months ago, a presentation was made to Imam Khomeini as it relates to the expansion of the horizons and understanding between Islam and Christianity, and specifically African American theologians. The presentation was accepted in principle, and essentially that we were invited to come so we could develop the methodology, the procedure by which we would go about expanding our horizons and understanding.
Additionally, Ayatollah Khomeini has said on more than one occasion that the concern of the Islamic Republic of Iran is not against an oppressor, but is against oppression. And being against oppression as a totality, what they're trying to do is unite with people throughout the world. This is what Ayatollah Khomeini, in my opinion, means when he talks about expanding the Islamic Revolution. What you see right now is an outgrowth of the Islamic Revolution in Iran.
Would you hope to see the Ayatollah?
Inshallah. I've met him on several other occasions, and we believe that if the Imam has the time, and if we would not be a inconvenience on him, he and some of the other Ayatollahs we are scheduled to see, yes.
Would you think that your presence here in this bridge building exercise would have any impact at all on the problem of hostages?
Dr. Freeman?
No, we did not come specifically to deal with the hostage question, because our main interest and purpose is, as been stated by Mr. Ba'id here. However, if the hostage question comes up, we have our own individual opinions and concepts, but we do not intend in any wise to interfere with the governmental processes. Not at all.
Hostages, hostages, hostages. And that's not the real question as far as we're concerned. We're talking about 52 American detainees. I do not call them hostages. But in terms of oppression and poor people and people who are being brutalized and maimed, we're talking about millions of people. So we certainly sympathize with the families of the persons who are momentarily being detained. But on the other hand, African Americans, for example, have been detained within the borders of the United States for over 300 years. So there's a much broader question that needs to be focused over against 52 people at Beheshti Zahra Cemetery. I've been there twice since I've been here, and I have seen the Shaheed, the persons from the war front who have been killed, and I also saw the graves of those who were killed on Black Friday, over 7,000 people. So you're talking about 52 Americans being detained over against thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are suffering brutality.